NBA action, and it's brought to you by ESPN on EA Sports. I'm your host, Jalen Rose. The Los Angeles Clippers have the odds in their favor in this matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers. Ready with the call are Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy, ESPN's #1 team.
Welcome to Staples Center in Los Angeles.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here with another NBA Live, my career gameplay. Today we are taking on the LA Clippers. This is the Battle of LA Part 2. We lost Game 1. That was actually my first loss ever. Like, I've never lost to the CPU until now. But you gotta understand, when I came into the game, we were already down by like 15, 16 points, so the makeup was going to be pretty hard to come back from, especially playing on 8-minute quarters and kind of being dehydrated most of the first half, man. So yeah, but anyways, though, we're back. We're taking on the Lakers, man. Man. And I don't really want to talk about the Lakers. I kind of want to talk about something else that's been on my mind. Now, the video before the last video, which I was just basically updating y'all on stuff, the last video I talked about was the downfall of video games. And I kind of thought about this even more, and I thought about, not just the downfall of video games, but like where video games are going now. Like, where video games are going now it's not a good look, and especially with these next gen consoles, it's definitely taking a bad toll on somebody like me who invested a lot of money into this PlayStation 4 here just to enjoy the next generation of games. And so far, I'm not gonna say I haven't gotten anything, but like, I feel like I'm playing on I feel like the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I feel like I'm still playing the PlayStation 3 and the 360 with just enhanced graphics. That's really all I'm playing with. And I know what you're thinking, why do you feel that way? Why would you say that? I'm gonna tell you why. Because there hasn't been any new games that have came out in a while. Any new game that comes out, any game that comes out for the PlayStation 4 so far has been remasters. And I'm kind of sick and tired of remasters. Xbox One, you got the Master Chief Halo collection remastered. That's a remastered collection. Then you got Resident Evil. You got Devil May Cry. You got all these games that people will waste $60 on for no reason. You're wasting $60 on a game that you probably already owned on the PlayStation 3. Are you serious? I want to see the enhanced graphics and what they did with it's the same game. Nothing's changed but the graphics. Does graphics really mean that much these days? Does it really mean that much these days, considering the fact that a lot of games are getting toned down now via console because of the heavy firepower that comes along with these consoles? Like, we'll sit here, we'll play, we'll sit, it's just weird to me, man. Like, and a lot of these games were like free to play games on if you have PlayStation Plus, you can probably get some of these games for free, like Devil May Cry. I remember when Devil May Cry was a free game to play, and then they're talking about bringing Drake Uncharted into free to play, and I'm looking like all the Drake Uncharted games were free to play games if you had PlayStation Plus. Like, I already have these games. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the purpose of remastering them in HD and then selling it to me again? Like, why do people settle for these things, man? Like, this doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm playing the PlayStation 3.5 right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing a PlayStation 4. I feel like I'm playing a PlayStation 3.5. I'm playing PlayStation 3 games on a next-gen console. I mean, it's not that many games on the marketplace. You gotta go to PlayStation Now if you want more games. If you want more games to play, you gotta do PlayStation Now instead of just, you know, doing what you did with the PlayStation 3 marketplace and just give us the game. Just give us the same game, and it's still, but it's a little bit upscaled, but it's still downscaled for the consoles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can still do that for a PlayStation 4. You can still, like, imagine playing a game like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on your PlayStation 4. Like, you already owned it. You already owned it on your you already owned it on your PlayStation 3. Now you can move it over to your PlayStation 4 and you can continue playing it. Like, what would be the big difference? What would be the big problem with that? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I really don't understand where we're going with these video games. Why is the logic that, why is our logic and philosophy that video games should be based on why are we settling for games that we've already owned? That's what I'm really trying to say. Why are we settling for games that we already own? Like, why are we going back and buying the same game that we already have? Like, I don't feel like I'm getting enough bang for my buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, a company like Nintendo, who lives off nostalgia. You know, I mean, even though a company like Nintendo, they live off nostalgia, but at the same time, they're still putting out new content. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can hit you with a game from the past that you ain't seen in a while, and they can make a new game, and they can make something new out of it, something new, something even better than the game that they made before. Like, I mean, it may sound like a remaster, but it's really not. So, I mean, why are we settling for this? Like, this is, like, I'm not sitting here trying to bash on people saying, oh, you shouldn't buy this, you shouldn't buy that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why do we buy it? What's the purpose of buying something that I already own? If I already paid $60, or if I got it for free on the marketplace, you know, by just having PlayStation Plus, what's the purpose of getting it again? Like, why do we accept stuff like this to happen? Like, we accept half-ass games, we accept bullshit from these companies, and we accept remasters. Games that we already own, games that we already know. We know the outcome, we know how the story goes. So why download it or buy it again? Like, I don't understand it. I understand the nostalgic feel, I understand, but at the same time, I just don't understand, you know, because something moved over from one console to the next. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the PlayStation 3 market was more understandable than what's going on right now. Like, it was way more understandable than this, because the PlayStation 3 market, it consumed of games that you probably owned, but the disc was probably messed up. So now you can get like a digital version of it and have fun with that. But that's just me, though. I mean, basically all I'm trying to say is, I mean, all I'm saying is the video game market is turning into the shoe game market. like, you know, every year these shoe companies, they come out with retros and charge you more than what they cost when they first came out. You know what I'm saying? And now it's and now this stuff is happening in the video game world. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, you get rerun, you can get a box. You can probably get the full season of like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for like probably about like $10 something, man. You get the first season of Fresh Prince. You get like the whole season set of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for like $20, and I mean, imagine like it going from being $20 to like $100 because it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, how would you feel about that? That would be unreasonable. So, why pay full price for games that you already own or you already played, or that's free to play on PlayStation, on the PlayStation Plus market? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me though, man. I don't understand it, man. I'm tired of these video game companies trying to bank off games that they already made instead of making a new game. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I'm playing a PlayStation 3 instead of a PlayStation 4. We're in a new generation. We should get new games, not the same shit that we was playing last time. That's really all I'm trying to say here. But that's just me though. Anyways, though, that's the game. We blow out the LA Lakers. We get our revenge. I guess we take game 2 of 4 here. So it's tied 1-1. Hopefully we come out with the win next time we face these guys. And until then, I have to see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.
Game track. Assists.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win. This segment wouldn't be complete without a look at the game stats.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup. So, what kind of shooting was it? Have a look.
Who was cold?
Jeremy Lin should not be surprised to see himself in this segment. At least he didn't discriminate. He was horrible in the first half. He was terrible in the second half. We call that consistency. And now, of course, the stats. NBA scores just for you. Have a look. As we near the end of the regular season, here are the remaining games. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.